Strategic Mind Show. I am Kimberly A. Ferguson, the host with you in mind, and it's been a while. I hope you all had an amazing few months and have been able to use the personal and professional development tips and strategies that we shared right here to take your lives to the next level. If you missed previous episodes, please check them out at strategicminds.tv. This is an exciting time for the Strategic Mind Show. Yes, we recently partnered with WBTVN to offer the show on different internet TV platforms. And we connected with incredible professionals with incredible strategies, from authors to actors to fitness gurus and networking experts and designers. Our fall lineup of guests will inspire you, empower you, and equip you with the tools you need to take action in various areas of your life. And this month, we have a crazy show for you. Our first guest, I just love this strategic mind, Jacqui Phillips. I met Jacqui through the Association of Women Inventors and Entrepreneurs, also known as AOWIE. Jacqui Phillips is an entrepreneur, a celebrity makeup artist, an author, a TV and a radio host. She has a children's book series called The Adventures of Stassi and Belo. Her show, Stars Behind the Stars, is currently in production, and her radio show, Reset, launches in November, airing every Thursday night at 10 p.m. on Power 91.1 FM WTYJ. This interview, I know you'll enjoy this one. Check it out. We are in New York City with Jacqui Phillips. Jacqui is an author, she's a host, and she's a celebrity makeup artist. I'm excited to have Jacqui here. Jacqui, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me, Kimberly. It's an honor, and I'm so excited.
So Jacqui and I met at an event for the Association of Women Inventors and Entrepreneurs, and we just connected, just such wonderful energy, and I just thought it would be such a great opportunity to have you here to share some tips, some techniques, some strategies that you've learned along the way. So let's get started. Can you tell us just a little bit about you and what you do?
I do a lot of things. Do we have all day? No, I'm kidding. So what I'm known for is being a makeup artist, working in entertainment, in television, with celebrities, music. I've done that for many, many years. Okay. And now I have ventured I created a show. Through doing that, I saw a need and a niche and also an opportunity to share what I've learned all these years of being behind the scenes.
Sure.
And the show is called Stars Behind the Stars. And it's basically celebrating all the magic that goes on behind the scenes and really celebrating the people that make it happen.
Okay.
And the mission really, and my desire for it, is to aspire people to inspire.
Okay.
And to be inspired. And there's all these jobs that exist that I never knew existed. I'm a small town girl from Pennsylvania. But I got to see all these different people and all these different jobs, and no matter what country we were in, there was somebody for everything.
Okay.
And I thought, wow, if I were young again, like that young girl wondering, what the heck am I going to do with my life? I wish I would know about all these careers.
Okay.
I was blessed enough to fall into it. I went to school for criminology and psychology. Oh. So it's definitely a completely different, job that I'm in. But I fell into it. Through modeling, in college and a little bit after college, and that's how I fell into makeup.
Okay.
But then, my life took this turn, and boom, here I was, traveling the world, which is all I ever wanted to do. And that was my inspiration to create the show, Stars Behind the Stars.
Okay. And I love the idea of Stars Behind the Stars because we often, we see the final product, right?
Yes.
We see all the magic, but we don't see what actually the hard work that goes into it. So I absolutely love. I got the opportunity to see a reel, something that you put together around the show, and I just thought, wow, what an amazing idea!
Thank
and
you.
for the reasons that you've given, just to educate and to help people understand and to expose us to the different careers that are available in the industry. So
if you really think about it, everybody has a star behind the star in their life.
Sure.
So we should celebrate them more.
Yes.
You know?
Love it.
Yeah.
So I know you have some amazing projects, including Stars Behind the Stars, but some amazing projects going on. So I want to talk about that in just a moment. I want to talk about your books and some of those pieces. But before we get to that, I want to kind of go back into challenges. What are some of the challenges that you have faced as a woman entrepreneur, but just in general? What are some challenges that you've faced that you've been able to overcome, and then some lessons that my audience can take away from those lessons, from those challenges?
Well, I mean, I've faced many challenges, and that was the inspiration for my book, Reset a Spiritual Journey.
Okay.
But I would say the first challenge was definitely, in this world, there's so much opportunity and you don't know what to do with yourself.
Okay.
You know, especially like I'm a very creative person, and I really was confused for a long time of which direction to go into in life. You know, like I was doing makeup, I was writing columns, I had started hosting a little bit.
Okay.
And I just really wasn't sure what to do. So that was a challenge, you know, when I was younger. And also not using the proper discernment when you're in business to have the courage to make the decisions you need to make.
Nice.
You know, I think we often are, I mean, I always say, and I say it in my book, is, you know, because I do have such strong faith, I think a negative thing in my life is I suffer from hopeless optimism, you know, and I'm very optimistic about people, the outcome. And sometimes when you're too close to something, you have blinders on.
Sure.
You know, and now I've learned in this walk to really have counsel.
These are really great tips, and it's a nice transition to talk about your book, Reset a Spiritual Journey. So tell us about your book, and let's just continue on with some of the lessons. So you've already started laying the foundation, but there are a ton of lessons in your book. So let's hear about that.
So Reset a Spiritual Journey is a book that I wrote. I mean, I've been writing it for years. I didn't intend on writing a book, I don't think, at first. I was just writing for sanity. And then I realized, you know, a lot of my friends will come to me for advice, you know. And the book is basically about the journey from, you know, where I started, what happened, to where I am now.
Okay.
And there's 6 different categories in the book that I reset personally.
Okay.
It's, you know, your relationships, emotions, finance, which is a big ringer,
That's a big one.
your health, your appearance, and then faith. Okay. So my journey was all those things. And for me, I had gained 40 pounds.
Okay.
Maybe more. Maybe a little more. And I knew, because I was always an athlete in my life, you know, that was my thing. And I thought, if I can get my body back, I'll get my mind back. And whatever falls off, falls off. And I knew that meant relationships, because I had a lot of unhealthy relationships in my life that were not good for me. They weren't feeding my soul. They weren't feeding my spirit. They were feeding my bad habits,
right?
You know, and keeping me on that hamster wheel. So that inward journey really led me closer to God. And I realized that I've always had very strong faith. You know, I grew up, you know, as a little girl, I always had strong faith, but I did not have a relationship with God. And that is what changed during my reset.
We're going to shift gears just slightly.
Okay.
And what we're going to do now is talk a little bit about your other projects. So you have a children's book, right?
I do. I have a children's series.
Children's series. So tell us about it.
The children's series is called The Adventures of Stassi and Belo. Stassi and Belo. I always say it so fast. And they are my real life pets.
Okay.
So I based this off of them. And the original idea was for Stars Behind the Stars, they were going to support some of the things that went on in the show.
Okay.
And just like make it fun with animation. So it took me like well over a year to get the right illustrator to sketch them the way I saw it in my head. Because I wanted them to look like themselves, but like fun and animated and, you know, just adorable.
Okay.
And it is adorable. I have to say the final product is adorable. So when I went to spend time with Wendy in Texas, my publisher, I was very frustrated with my show because it's taking so long. And I thought, now I have these characters, I can't do anything with them, you know. And so in the back of my head, I'm always kind of like beating myself up, like thinking like, what is going to happen? Like, what am I going to do? Whatever. And then she made me see how possible it is to publish books and to get them published and to really write a lot of books. So then I thought, I'm on the plane going back from Dallas to New York, and I'm like, and prior to that, I was in the bookstore in the airport, and I'm like, let me just look at some of these kids' books.
Okay.
And I'm looking at Charles Schultz's books, and I'm thinking, this is not brain surgery. Like, I could do this. And so I wrote like 5 story ideas on the plane, but like 2 real like kids' books. And here we are.
Congratulations. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
thank you. So I still intend to have them on my show, but what I want to say to your audience is, like, with encouragement, is that we often have these ideas. So for me, like, I saw them, like, they were on my show, they were going to turn into a cartoon. Like, that was what I saw for Stassi and Belo. And it just wasn't happening. And I'm like, why would I get these great ideas and I'm moving forward,
Right.
but it's just not really moving forward. Like, there were like walls up still. And then I realized, because it was supposed to be a book, because it's going to help more kids as a book, help more people as a book.
Nice. And that's a lesson in and of itself,
Yes.
right?
So it's like, just because your dream isn't working out, it doesn't mean that it's not supposed to happen. It just may not be happening in the way we see it in our head.
Right.
And that's when I always say, like, you have to surrender and you have to let God lead your steps, because, and it's hard and I'm terrible at it. And I'll have these conversations and I'll be like, all right, God, I'm like over this. Like, can we speed it up, please? Like, I'm trying so hard.
Right.
Like, give me a sign. What am I supposed to do? You know? But I really do try, and I have learned, you know, let God lead your steps, because now I'm like, oh my goodness. And especially because the teachers liked it. I was like, okay, I know that I'm in the
teachers
right.
like it, we're good.
I know I'm good to go. Yeah.
Right.
So if I could say anything, it's like, don't give up your dream, but let, you know, really like maybe pause, pray about it, and like see where it's supposed to go.
Good.
Like, let God show you where it's supposed to go.
Good.
Because
This is
sometimes
good.
that is the answer.
This is good.
Yeah.
I am just so appreciative of you being here. You're such an inspiration.
Oh, thank you.
So thank you so much for joining us today on the show.
Thank you for having me.
How can people follow you or learn more about the different projects that you're working on?
Well, they can follow me online.
Okay.
I'm all over, you know, Facebook, Instagram, and it's Jacqui J. Phillips. Jacqui, Jacqui, J. Phillips, Phillips. And my website is JacquiPhillips.tv.
Okay.
Or you could just go to starsbehindthestars.com. You know, you'll find me. I'm there.
Well, thank you again for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Kimberly. It was an honor to be here.
Oh, thank you.
I so appreciate my AOWIE sister, Jacqui Phillips, for her willingness to share with the Strategic Minds audience. Her book, Reset, A Spiritual Journey, will be available for pre-sale in December and premieres January 2017. For more information on Jacqui, her children's book series, and her other projects, visit her website, www.JacquiPhillips.tv. This summer, Lisa Ascalise held the second AOE Conference. Not only did I get the opportunity to speak at the conference, the Strategic Mind Show was in the house, talking to some of the powerhouses about their experiences with the Association of Women Inventors and Entrepreneurs. So stay tuned, because a little later in the show, you'll hear from two of these amazing women about their experiences with AOWIE. But first, we have a segment that was sent to us by one of our viewers. I had the pleasure of meeting Tina Greer last year as we were both attending the Playtime is Over conference. Tina Greer is owner of Grier Business Solutions. She's a business growth strategist, professional speaker, the author of Grow Into Your Greatness, Transformational You, and co-author of The Voice That Changed Everything. She's also a certified life coach and founder of Sisters United. Tina's focus is to help others succeed in business and in life by identifying their passion and purpose, cultivating it into a sustainable financial lifestyle. So, let's hear what Tina has to contribute.
Hello, my name is Tina Greer. I am a business growth strategist, professional speaker, and author. I would like to first thank Ms. Kimberly of Strategic Minds TV for this opportunity to share some valuable information with you in developing your authentic brand. I will be sharing 5 tips with you. So let's get started with tip number 1, which is confidence. Confidence is the most important aspect of personal branding. It is almost impossible to convince somebody of something you don't believe yourself. So you must show confidence. Tip number 2 is clarity. Your personal brand message must be clear and concise in order to connect with individuals. When those things happen, having a clear, concise, and a message that connects with individuals, those individuals who have been looking at you from afar now become your clients because they see that you have clarity in your brand message. So tip number 2 is to have clarity. Tip number 3 is connections. Not only do you have to connect with individuals offline, but you have to connect with them online as well. For example, in social media, you cannot just post a picture or update a status and just walk away. You actually have to engage with your ideal clients and existing clients. They want to know more about you. They want to know and hear from you. They want to see that and know that you are authentic in your deliverance of engagement. So remember, tip number 3 is connections. Tip number 4 is consistency. Your ideal clients, they want to hear from you on a consistent basis. They want to know that you can be relied upon, that you're predictable. So continue to remain consistent in the deliverance of your products and services, in the deliverance of your message. And that in turn would help you increase your following and also help you in gaining additional clients. And that is tip number 4. And tip number 5 is be committed. Be committed to your ideal clients and your existing clients. Be committed to providing valuable information, valuable content. They want to hear from you. And when you do that and you're committed to top level service, you will continue to gain existing clients. And they know that you are very authentic in the deliverance of your message and therefore have an authentic brand. I hope the information I shared with you today has been helpful for you in developing your authentic brand. And if you'd like to know more about me and the products and services I provide, definitely visit my website. I would love to be able to help you. Thank you.
Tina, thank you for sending us your segment. Tina offers different programs and services, including a yearly program and a 90-day virtual group focused on strategies to improve your business. To learn more about Tina Greer or for a complimentary assessment to see what programs work best for you, visit www.tinagreer.com. AoWE.com. Now, before we bring this episode to a close, as promised, here are 2 interviews from this summer's AOE Conference. Hey, Strategic Minds, it's me, Kimberly A. Ferguson, the host with you in mind, and I am here at the AOE Conference, the Association of Women Inventors and Entrepreneurs, and we are just excited about all of the energy and the positive information that's being shared here, and we're going to take a moment to connect with some of the guests and talk to them about their experience with AOE. So now I am here with the beautiful and talented Melissa Jill. You may remember Melissa Jill from episode 1 of Strategic Minds, where she shared some strategies on stress management. Now we are here at AOE together, and she is one of the speakers. So she's going to tell us a little bit about the impact that AOE has had on her life.
Thank you so much, Kimberly. First of all, through AOE, I was able to meet Kimberly Ferguson, and Kimberly has been so instrumental for me in propelling my business forward and also in just inspiring me as a woman running a business. I thank you so much. And something that was said earlier today is that, and I think you were the one who actually said this, every woman on that panel actually wants to see you succeed, and I feel it in my heart, and I know that it's so true that every woman that I've met here has given me something that I can hold on to take with me, and it's been really helping me to propel me forward, and I'm so grateful. And they say that you're the sum of the 5 people you spend your most time with, and these are the people here who I want to be. So I'm so grateful to have met you, Kimberly. I'm so grateful to be here with all these beautiful, powerful, strong, successful women, and it's just an amazing movement for real.
So I am here with Maggie Linton of the Maggie Linton Show, and I want Maggie to share with us about AOE and the impact that it has had on her life.
Well, my impact on AOE, I should say what it's had on me is introduced me to so many entrepreneurs whom I've been able to feature on my show. Lisa is my number one, but I also had known Deborah Bond, I want to call her that, Deborah Owens for a number of years. And through Deborah, I wound up getting Lisa. Through Lisa, I introduced her to Shantavia Johnson, who's one of the speakers today. So it's just been, and I've also been able to find a number of entrepreneurs and inventors that I've been able to feature on my show. So it's opened up that way. And also to spread my message. I end each show with seek peace and spread lots of love. And that's really what I want for all people, because if we do that, we'll be able to take back from the violence that is incorporating in our communities, that is festering all around the world, because we are the seekers of peace and also those who spread love.
Interested in connecting with AOE? Visit www.aoe.com. If you'd like to have the Strategic Minds Show cover your next event, visit strategicminds.tv to find out how. Thank you so much for watching episode 6 of the Strategic Minds Show. The next episode will be available on WBTVN on October 27th at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, and will feature an interview with the beautiful and talented Brandeis Stanley and a segment with the real wife coach, Tanya Barnett. Be sure to access the show on WBTVN. Download the app Women on TV on your mobile device, or access the channel on Roku, Chromecast, Apple TV, and a number of other internet TV platforms. If you're interested in submitting a segment to be on the show or sponsorship opportunities, please visit strategicminds.tv for more information. Hey, thanks for watching, and in all you do, be strategic.